Well, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about 19 different altcoins today. I'm messing around with the music, so if the volume is too loud, please let me know in the comments. I've been playing back my videos, and I haven't noticed the music at all, which is crazy because right now what it says, at least based on the OBS system that I've got here, the audio mixer, it's saying that the music that I'm playing should be just a little quieter than my voice now, but I don't know. The last couple of videos I've played it, and it hasn't played at all. So anyways, enough about that. We're talking about 19 different altcoins. If you guys could hit that like button, that'd be much appreciated. Subscribe if you haven't. I'm going to go over the list now. For anybody and everybody that's new, I do requests 3 times a week. On the charts, it would be, on the days given by the charts, it would be early Wednesdays, early Fridays, and early Mondays, right? For me, in Colorado, where I live in Mountain Time, it would be Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. But, you know, tomato, whatever, relative to the charts, that's what it is. Hit that like button, subscribe. Let's go over the list right now. COVAL, Astro, Smurf, PLSX, Pulse, JOWNES, WTK, XCN, Waves, Cello, Zen, ERGO, TON, KIZUNA, Celestia, ANKR, Shiba, Bonk, Filecoin, and Uniswap. That's the list tonight. I'll be giving shout outs along the way, so buckle up, let's get going. I'm going to pause the music if it's even noticeable, and yeah, let's get it going. I'm going to try to breeze through this, right? I'm not going to go too in depth. The last time I talked about, I did a request video. I did 15 coins and it took like an hour and 4 minutes. I've got 19 coins here. I'm going to try to do it in about 30 minutes time starting from now. So let's get it. But that's the goal. We'll see how it goes. Koval is looking good. Koval, whatever it's called. You broke above your nice little like double bottom pattern here. This nice phase of accumulation. Broke above it. You're consolidating at the top, testing this area, this previous area of resistance that was resistance for a long time, testing it and holding it as support. I think you look good, man. Yes, generally speaking, this is kind of a bad look where you have a flat base and descending highs, but I actually really like this look. I think you're doing great. I think you're at the bottom, and this is a perfect time to accumulate, perfect time to DCA. Not financial advice, but generally speaking, I think your next move is going to be probably to like 3.23 cents, if not 4.3 to 4.7 cents or higher. Being that this is your breakout move and you're consolidating, I would go for that or higher. Like, genuinely speaking, you might be, when it comes time to break out, and I think you'll know that when you break above 3.23 cents, you might even be looking for 10 to 15 cents. So regardless of how high it goes, those are your price targets, you know, things to keep in mind. You might find turbulence along the way, or you might just do a repeat of what you did here. This could be construed as some kind of bull flag, in which case bull flags are known for the pole, the flag, and then you move in a very similar way afterwards. So you really could be running all the way up to 10 cents or higher from here. Anyways, that's that. Let's move on. That was for Nomad. I don't know if I gave a shout out, but one last shout out to Nomad. ASTRO for number 1, Distinguished Wrecked Babu. I just like to say Babu though. Number 1 for Astro for Babu, and it's Astro Port Classic. Thank you for clarifying, my friend. There's a few, not all of these Astros are the same. But this is the one that you wanted me to look at. So, yes, you had a bit of a BART here. You know, essentially whenever I see BARTs like this, I almost like disregard it entirely. I would treat it as if you've just been moving sideways. If that makes sense. That's not always the best way to look at it, but especially like especially during this move, you know, you're consolidating here. Who knows? That could be the perfect time to move higher and do a bull flag. But after the fact, when you see this is undeniably a BART pattern. All this really means, in my opinion, is that when you do go back up, you probably find resistance in this area, whether it's at the support zones or the resistance zone. You probably find resistance in this area again when you move up there. Now, are you going to move up there in a similar fashion? Is it going to be more methodical? Is it going to take longer? I don't know. You know, nobody knows. But let's kind of see if we can divulge that. I don't like your weekly RSI. I don't like the chart. It's weird. Oh my god. The volume's weird too. I just choked on some spit, guys. I'm sorry. Oh. Okay, the daily RSI looks fine. The volume's weird. I really don't like this thing, man. I really don't like it, but it looks productive for what it's worth. Man, that was perfect timing, guys. Wow. It does look productive for what it's worth, but you might go down from here. You could go down to about 0.0016. You're at 0.00236 right now, so you could go a little bit lower first. Yeah, your 4 hour would suggest that. I bet you do. You probably interact with this 00159 area, and then you move up. That's my thoughts for Astro. As far as like how high could it go this cycle, I don't know, man. This thing looks like it has problems. I don't personally. This is the kind of chart that does not interest me, but who knows, man? This really could be the next big thing. Maybe you know something about it that I don't, but this one doesn't interest me personally. Astro, we're talking about Smurf now. I think that one is probably a Dex coin, actually. Pajama's getting ready to break out, man. Smurf, real Smurf cat, or is it just Smurf cat? You said it's on Sol. Let me check real quick in the Discord here. Hold on. This one's for Flower Child, by the way. 1 second here. Let's see. Real Smurf cat. So Smurf. It's on Solana. Real Smurf cat. Okay. Well, that's what she said. So real Smurf cat. That would be it right there, I believe. It's interesting. I don't know what language that's written in. Smurf cat. Look, another weird language there. It's not a weird language. It's just weird to me. I don't recognize it. I don't know what language that's in. But let's see. Real Smurf cat. Okay, yeah. So the logarithmic chart has life to it. The linear chart does not. Let's see. Looking at this thing here, from all-time highs to the relative lows that you've just put in, you could be moving higher from here. You might be moving lower. Let's pull out the relative strength index just to get a good look at it. I'm not a big fan of it, honestly. It's kind of weird. I don't know. I would assume you go lower. I would. Though the 4 hour looks all right for now. It just depends on what you do, I suppose. If you break this kind of like upward trend that you have right here, that's not the best line, but maybe I can move it down a little bit. If you break that trend there, then it's probably on to the downside. And when I say on to the downside, I mean lower lows than what you've recently put in here. Though this does look like a point of resistance, you could be setting up some kind of accumulation phase. It's hard to say. Is there anything else to really go off of? I mean, maybe this. Let's see. Yeah, you're kind of respecting the deep extensions, actually. But not really. Yeah, I don't know. I would say you had a nice slope down, and you're definitely curving out now. Maybe you have found your bottom. Maybe you're just moving sideways. Maybe you're just moving sideways, honestly, and waiting until I don't know what you're waiting for, but waiting until a time where you can break out of this accumulation phase. And then you'll probably move higher. But my best guess, Flower Child, would be that this thing's just moving sideways. But I say that with meme coins like this, you never know when it could just go all the way to the stars. That's Smurf. Sorry, I can't be of more help. It's kind of a weird chart. There's not enough going on with it, in my opinion, to really have an opinion. There's not a lot of volume either. I'd probably just stay away from it personally. It doesn't interest me, but it's probably going to move sideways until it's not, and it's worth 302. I mean, it could definitely see a what would that be? That'd be like a 6x from here or so, something like that. No wait, 302. What? Did my math fail me? Yeah, my math did fail me. A 60x was probably closer than a 6x. No, it could. 302. I don't know what my math was doing there, but we could see potentially a 6x to an 8x, maybe higher. If it were to reclaim highs, you've got 50x plus potential, but I'm not positive if it does that or not. There's no life in this thing right now, but maybe it'll come back. I don't know. I'm sorry I can't be more absolute with something like that. PulseX for Benji the Third. Let's talk about it here. PLSX. There we go. PulseX, baby. There we go. Let's see here. Maybe pull it out to a weekly. Yeah, I like it. I think you probably found your low just based on the looks alone. Relative high to low or relative low to high. 786, 886 zone, you're in the deep retracements. Let's put on a relative strength index for this as well. Maybe adjust it to a 10. I like the 10. It's set to a default. You can have it at an 8, at a 12, at a 20, you know, whatever works for you. It's not really that important. Some people, they don't share their inputs for their RSI, and it's like, I get it. You don't want everybody getting the same inputs because then that could skew the data, but I'm a small enough channel where I don't really care. I'll probably use 10 until I find something that works better, but I feel like the 10 works well for me. But there are people who use the 20 or higher than that even, and they feel like it works good for them. So, you know, to each their own. Definitely in a phase of accumulation. Your RSI looks like it's ready to move up. Your price looks like it's probably ready to move up. You'll probably see a move. You're at 4025-ish right now. You'll probably see a move up to 4047 or higher, and probably that or higher option would come in. But you could find resistance right at your 382 right there, but you might break above it. I'm kind of expecting that you'd break above it, but there's reasons why you could find resistance there as well. In the chart, yeah, I mean, it's a previous, you put a line right here at the 382, right? I don't even need to do that. I can take this high right here, boom, right there around that 382, you know what I mean? Previous closing low, support there. Like you might find resistance in that area. So 4782 is the destination I think you're going for. You're going to move sideways until you're not. You know, on a daily perspective with the RSI looking the way it is, I would expect any day now, any week now, you're going to see that move, and it's probably going to be fairly fast. This thing looks like it likes to move fast. So that's that for Pulse Chain, PulseX. Next one is JOWNES. Let's see. Is this the right one? I think so. For outlooks. Yep, we got it here. Okay. I don't know why I have it like this. Maybe I was saying that you'd be moving sideways for 10 days. I don't know. I have no idea why that's there. I don't remember what I said in my last analysis, but if I said you're going to move sideways for 10 days, that's probably standing to be true. Let's see here. Man, I'm going to have to pull up the RSI a lot. I love DEX coins because there's a lot of potential in them, but I don't like doing analysis on them because I have to reset the indicators every single time. Yeah, I don't like the daily RSI. I don't necessarily like what you're doing with the fibs either. From this relative low to high, you're rejecting your 382 area. You're not finding support on your 0.5. You look like you want to go lower. Your RSI does not look good. If you can reverse today, you're down 12.6% today, and this is a DEX coin, so you can definitely see it reverse 12.6 in less than a day's time. But if you don't, if you reject here, you're going to reject the 50, and that's not going to look good. You'd probably go a little bit lower. You're at 204 essentially. You'd be moving down to about just under 203, if not lower, even down to 202. So I think that's where you're going. I think you're probably going down to 202 to 203, somewhere in that area. That's my thoughts on Jones or JOWNES. I don't know how to pronounce it. WTK is the next one. Oh, by the way, that last one was for the Unleavened Baptist. WTK is also for the Unleavened Baptist here. Still hanging out at the top, aren't you? Yep, lower high, nice. You know, RSI ain't bad though. That ain't a bad RSI right there. Let's see, high to low. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's looking kind of good. I might have to pull up a shorter term time frame. You know, looking at it on a weekly basis, it would make a lot of sense, in my opinion, just from the look of this chart in itself. Make a lot of sense to find resistance right here, right, and to go down. But however, if we were to take a line, let's just see something like this to this maybe. I don't know, something like that roughly, right? You hung out around it here, right, and then went down. Tipped it, went down, tipped it, went down. You're hanging out again. This is kind of different than the last 2 times. Maybe you get a different result, though you have crowded this area before, but that was the first time, so like I don't know if that really should be taken into consideration. There's not a lot of volume coming in. That gives me faith you're going to move back down. That does give me faith you're going to move back down, actually. I would say Unleavened Baptist, I really do think you're going to move down, man. At least to 5.3 cents, if not likely down to like 4 to 3.3 cents, somewhere in that range. Probably close to that 3.7 cent area, though. That's my thoughts on WTK, man. I really do think it's going to move lower. But let's look at the 4-hour. 4-hour RSI looks good. I like what you're doing with the 123 too. But you're not getting a positive, like you're getting a positive reaction, but just where's the follow through? Like why are you so hesitant? Crowding above previous relative areas of resistance, holding that as support. It's not a bad look right now, honestly. The 4-hour does look pretty good. These smaller time frames look nice. 2-hour looks fine. Too neutral to really tell. So 4-hour, you also though could be finding resistance right now at a previous area of support here. Perhaps this is just a distraction from the overall look. I don't know. I stand with it, man. I really do stand with it. I think it's going down. That's just a lower high. No volume at all, right? Most of your volume started coming in when you got the sell-off, and then as you're trying to move up again, there's no volume. So I don't know. The RSI on the daily does concern me a little bit for the downside. It kind of looks nice, but let's just see how the week closes. I have a good feeling you're going to go below 4 cents. You're at 7.6 cents now, but that's that. Time will tell. XCN, USD. And just so everybody knows, I am not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. I had one joker, oh man, he was like, you know nothing about finance. And I'm like, dude, I'm not a financial advisor. I know, it's not that I know nothing about finance. I probably know more than he knows about finance, coming on and trying to assume that I'm a financier and then insult me by trying to say that I know nothing about things that I don't ever claim to know anything about. But none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. It's not that I know nothing about finance. I probably know more about finance than the average person does, but that's not the point of this channel. And if you yourself are if you know about finance and you're coming to a technical analysis channel and trying to call me out for not knowing about finance, I feel like that says something more on you not knowing about finance. It's like this is not a finance channel. I mean, we talk about finances, but this is not. In that is a shallow layer of financial knowledge or whatever, you know. But I don't know, man. I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. I don't pretend to be a financial advisor. I don't know. I don't know what that guy was trying to do with his insults. But man, you're missing. You're taking a shot in the dark, and you are missing real hard there, buddy. Anyways, 0.002 XCN at the request of Memphis Tigers. Memphis, shout out to Memphis. Always giving love in the comments, man. All of you guys are always giving love in the comments. I'm not trying to forget anybody, but let's see here. Low to high, 618. Nice bounce. I like that. That's good. What about the relative? What do you got here? Relative low to high. Holding that 618 area, tipping the 786 back above your 618. I like that. I think you have found your low. You are looking good on your weekly RSI. Yes. Daily RSI is looking good as well. Yeah, all right, cool. Yeah, you're probably moving up higher. You're consolidating now, and yeah, look at that. Yeah, you definitely are. Definitely are moving higher. You've broken the trend. However you want to slice it, you know, you're slowly like turning the tides here. It's just a matter of time. This is on the daily chart. I would say in the coming weeks, if not coming days, it could be today. Who knows? You're probably going to move up to about 0.003. You're at 0.00209 right now, so around 0.003 or higher. And likely, I mean, what you're getting ready for right now, you're essentially like here in this area compared to this last phase up, right? You're like here in this area compared to the, I don't know. That's how I would look at it personally, but. Even like near, look at where you are on the green line, you know, where you are on the green line, where you are here. I don't know. I think you're moving higher. In the short term, I would expect to move up to about 0.003. but likely you will just see a next leg up to 0.006, 0.0085, maybe even higher than that. Let's actually see real quick what you did extension-wise here. Maybe I'll take the overall too. Let's get it high to low. I forgot I was talking about XCN, man. I actually hold some XCN. I totally forgot I was talking about this. I love just kind of forgetting what I'm talking about and still coming up with good answers for the ones that I'm holding. All right, hold on. Let's look at the extensions high to low. Maybe I need to be on the daily, man. I just don't like the way that the weekly's looking. Not that I don't like the way the weekly's looking. It's just I feel like this is easier to see, if that makes sense. It's easier for me to analyze. 1272 hit. Do we have something? Yeah, we have something here that we could take. Relative high to low. 1886 hit, but that's kind of a different look to it, isn't it? Okay, 1272 high to low. I mean, yeah, that 0.006 to 0.0085, that makes sense to me, man. So that's that. Let's move on to Waves for Mr. Party Boy, man. Waves. Mr. Party Boy, our jailbird, man. He is, but he's flown the coop. He's good now. He's always been good. They got the wrong guy, from what I heard. That was the side of the story that I heard. Let's see. Waves looking phenomenal. Nice accumulation range. You're getting ready to take back these higher prices here that you haven't seen since 2022. High to low. Yeah, man, it really is just a matter of getting above $5.62. You're at $2.53 now. You're working your way up there, but it's probably going to take some time. As for the short term, the more immediate term, high to low, I think you're at $2.53 right now, $2.53. In the more immediate term, you're probably working up to about $2.87, $3.50, around maybe even like $4.12, something like that. I'd feel pretty comfortable by saying like $3.55 to $3.78. That 61869 zone is probably where you're going. Though, looking at the price action, I know that there's a lot going on. For some people, it might look like a headache, but if you see the price action here bouncing off the 0.5, finding resistance on the 786, not that you would have known that here because the anchor point wasn't drawn until the low, but still, relative to that, if we take the fibs off, you do have resistance here. Nope, that's not where it is. It's right there. That's where you have resistance. And this is where you have support in this little range here. You found resistance there, you found a little support here at the top. It is somewhat of a relatively significant area. And then if we take the high to low again, that's, between your 0.5 and your 786. So likely you're going to go anywhere from, I suppose, a $2, is that? $3.22 to $4.12 is my best guess. That's your immediate move up. And inevitably, yes, you're probably working your way up higher, all the way back up to these new all-time highs. I have a lot of faith in Waves, man. I think it's going to do phenomenal. But just for the short-term stuff, I think you're not going anywhere too fast until you break above, really, until you break above about $4.46. When you break above that, then it's on, man. Then it's on to a lot higher prices than we are now. But that's Waves for Mr. Party Boy. Let's continue. Where are we at here? Solana, nope, not Solana, sorry. Cello for Jonas the Bro. Cello. Or is it Cello? I don't know. How do you spell Cello? I was looking up BCH ETF if anybody's wondering. I can't find anything. I had someone comment on that pronunciation. Cello Platinum. No, so it is like Cello. All right, cool. Anyways. Let's see. Cello USD Binance. Sure. Let's see here. Lower lows, higher lows. I like it. It looks good. You're finding support on previous areas of resistance. Yes. In fact, if we put a line right here at your, well, maybe not there, at the weekly low there, finding support in previous areas of resistance and support, and your opening week low. You're probably moving higher from here. Yeah, you probably are. Are you going to consolidate more before you move higher? It's very possible. You are at the top of this resistance range. You'd have to really start moving higher like immediately if you wanted to prove that. Your daily RSI looks nice, I will say. it's just a matter of time, man. If you don't break this 382 this time around, you probably go to your 236 down at about 84 cents, and then you'll go up. And when you go up, you're going to go to $1.23, $1.32 or higher. And I mean, inevitably, you're probably going, you know, to that 1272, lining up beautifully there, man. Right there, 239. That's like with your previous areas of support. 2272 at these high points here. I love it, man. Yeah, you're probably working up to new all-time highs inevitably, but let me see real quick before I get in on that. Let's see. Cello. Yeah, you're probably gonna see new all-time highs. I'm assuming this year. Yeah. All right, but not anytime soon. I mean, relatively soon, sure, like to this chart's existence, but probably not. You could see new all-time highs by the end of this year, but in the more immediate terms, let's look for prices around like $1.23 to $1.60, somewhere in there. You're at about 88.7 cents right now, and inevitably you probably are right now in the middle of a move that is working your way all the way up to this 2272 area, somewhere in this zone up here. But that's my thoughts on Cello. Looking good. If you move down, you might move down a little bit in the more like immediate term, but that's that. Let's talk about Zen. If you move down at all, it's not going to be by much. It's nothing to worry about. Just a better time to accumulate. Zen, Horizon on Coinbase. What about on crypto? Yes, let's do that. That's better. I like the weekly RSI. Looks pretty strong, bouncing off the 40 area, hopefully. Hopefully it maintains that and continues that. I like this a lot, actually. It looks really good. Accumulation phase. Big sell-off, but that's okay. Higher lows nonetheless, right? That's what we want to see. I like your daily RSI. I think you're getting ready for a move up as well. A lot of these look similar. High to low. Your next move is going to take you to 1032 or 1291. I'd say really, you're probably moving around like $11 to $12 probably. That's your next move. If not, I mean, you might find turbulence at the 382, but the way you're wound up, how fast you move down, I would bet you're going to see prices in this area or higher when this thing moves up. And being on the daily looking like this, it's going to be any day now, any week now, less than a month's time for Zen before it moves up. You're at 890. You're probably going to see prices above $11 soon, very soon. So that's Zen, looking good. Love seeing that for all cryptos, right? Ergo, you could move down a little bit, sure, in the immediate terms. Don't be sad, don't be shocked if you do. You could move down. You're at 890. If you move down to like 840, that's okay. That's fine. So don't be worried about that. Even if you move a little bit below 840, it's okay. It's okay, right? Zen, ERGO might be. Oh yeah, sorry. This one is for Amadou, because it's TMS Mogamadu. I'm just going to say Amadou, my friend. It might be a DEX coin. ERGO. Ergo. I swear you said Ergo. I can't go back through it. Let me. That is an E, that is an R, that is a G, that is an O. I'm going to go back through the comments real quick. I don't normally do this, but based on my list here, I'm assuming that it is relatively close. Let's see. Hold on there, guys. Just bear with me, okay? Because I want to try and get this one if I can. If I can't, then I can't, Amadou. I'm sorry. And if I messed it up, I'm sorry, but just request it again if I'm getting the wrong one. Or if you had a typo, then fix that, and then I'll happily oblige or comply with whatever you got there. Maybe, hold on. Maybe I got to go a little bit further back. Come on now. Let's do this for Amadou. I'm not finding it, man. This is normally why I don't do it, because it's just a waste of time. This will probably not encourage me to do it the next time too, so that is okay. Yeah, I can't find it. So unfortunately, Amadou, I don't know what ERGO is. I don't know. And if I wrote that down wrong, I'm sorry, but I think I have it written down pretty clearly here. It looks like an ERGO to me. So ton, I know ton is definitely one that we've got. TON, ton coin on crypto. Yes. Huh. What is ton coin? Like, I don't even know. I hear it all the time, but I haven't looked into it myself. I don't even know what this is. $21.8 billion. I tell you what, that's a high market cap, that's for sure. It's a really high market cap for something that's been around since 2022. Damn. That is, I don't know, man. Are you deserving of that? This is your first bull market, bro. I don't know. Apparently you are, but bearish divergence at the high. You're probably going down. You probably are. And that's okay. It looks like a good chart, but you might just move down for the time being. Yeah, 1886. You probably, being that you found support on your 1414, I wouldn't be surprised if you move down to your 1618 down at 566. You're at $6.25 now, so a move down to around 566. If you moved to like 550, you're still in good shape, right? If not, if you go like below, if you went below 550, I would say you run the potential, the risk of going down to 390. So hold that 566 area. It doesn't have to be to a T like this was. You know, it can't. If it is to a T, that's perfect. If you don't quite reach it, that's even better. But you probably do move down a little bit. That's my thoughts for now. The daily RSI looks like it wants to go down. 4 hour looks like it wants to go down. So moving down on ton coin. Let's talk about Kazuna. Honestly, don't like the name Kazuna. It stands out. I mean, I don't even know anything about it, but it's a name that I've only talked about it or heard about it a few times, but it definitely is a name that stands out. But it's hard to say, Kizuna. It's not that hard to say. I'm just complaining. But let's see here. There we go. 70205. High to low. Above your 382, nice. What's your weekly look like? Sorry. Yeah, you're probably moving higher. You could reject here. It's a previous area of resistance right there. You know, you're right into your overbought zone. You really could reject here. Let's look at the 4 hour. But you are moving higher. I do stand by that. The 4 hour is too weird of an RSI to really look at for me. So, you know, if you move lower, you could go to 70168. You're at 70205 right now. So if you went back down to that 382, that's fine. But really, you're looking to move up to, I can't see the numbers, but it'd be about 70273 or higher. And inevitably, I would expect that you probably are moving higher. Yes, my last video on Kazuna, Matt Mack, we're doing this one for you, my friend. You were saying that I was bearish on it. I don't remember my last video, but hey, it was probably more than a week ago. So if I was bearish on it, that looks to be good. So yes, things are looking more bullish for sure. Good call on this one, man, to have this one requested, because inevitably you're probably moving up to you're gonna lose a zero. You're in the land of the 7 zeros right now. You're probably gonna lose a zero and go up to 6 zeros 1, 6 zeros 2. Beyond that, you know, you're looking good. Looking good for sure. Not a lot of volume here, but to be fair, I mean, that's the most volume you saw in like 3 weeks, or like I guess in a total of 4 weeks. The daily volume is definitely there, so it's not in comparison to that, but volume down here, breaking out of this zone, it doesn't matter so much. It's whenever you get up here and break out of this zone, this is where you want to see the volume come in, but time will tell. I think you are moving higher. Again, that would be around the land of 6 zeros 105 to 6 zeros 215. Somewhere in that zone. All right, that's Kazuna. TIA for Muhammad El Mensi. Celestia. Celestia, guys, it's interesting. It's definitely interesting. What's its market cap though? 1.7 billion. That's not that high. It's higher than like it's not a low cap coin with that kind of market cap, but it's still not that high. It's got a lot of room for growth, that's for sure. 50x, 100x potential for something like this for sure. And maybe not. Maybe it only does a 10x or a 20x. But what I can say is this coin has outperformed Bitcoin since its inception. So that's impressive in itself. But I mean, it's just moved up, man. It's outperformed Bitcoin, and it's been moving down since February. As crazy as that is. Low to high at your 382. Not getting the life you want to see. You're so new. You don't have any history, any price action to support you. Like your last kind of area of significance was here, and that's not even that significant. Being that this low close on the week here, right? You can see this red week closing right there, right above your 618 here on the fibs. It wouldn't be crazy if you're working your way down there. I mean, you could really, TIA might be, it was so exciting at the end of last year and the beginning of this year, right? It might be boring until the end of this year, until like at the end of Q3 or the beginning of Q4. It might be boring. So probably going to work your way down. But let's look at the daily. Let's, besides that general trajectory, the daily RSI looks sad. It looks very, very sad. It corresponds with the idea that you're going to just whittle your way down like this. I'm not seeing anything to suggest otherwise. Most of the coins we were talking about at the beginning, and a lot of coins in crypto right now, they are in these kind of sideways consolidation phases like this one is, but they're not hanging out at the lows. They're actually encroaching upon the higher realms of those zones. So I feel like that says a little something on it too. And then beyond that, I mean, the RSI the daily kind of looks good, but just as a whole, it reflects this idea of a pattern that you're just going to reject this area. It's a lower high. You're in this trend, just lower high after lower high. And I think you're going lower. I do think you're going lower. You're probably going to go all the way down to this area, just below $5.40 there, wherever that 618 was. That'd be my best guess. But that could take months. It's probably going to take months for you to do that. It could take 1 month. It could take 5 months. I don't know. I would think it's May. It's almost the end of May right now. I would say probably sometime in September at the latest. If not, it could be June that you find your low. But yeah, your 1618 is right down there, right around the golden ratio retracement itself. So I feel comfortable saying maybe anywhere from like $4.90 to $5.60 is inevitably where you're going, but likely right now, in my opinion, where you're going to move next to. Yeah, man. I mean, you're moving down there. You're moving down to like 660, and then next it'll be 560 or lower. So you're at 940 now. So working your way down. It won't be a quick drop. When you get those quick drops, that'll be toward the momentary low where you're consolidating and then moving lower, right? Like you're moving down, you're consolidating, moving down slowly, and then you get your bigger candles here near your low. I don't know, man. I think you're moving lower. That's really all I got to say for TIA. ANKR, and I think TIA will do well this cycle. I just think it's a low market cap now. It'll go lower. It'll be a better opportunity to buy, and then who knows, man, where it's at like a 20, 50x potential right now, even 100x potential right now. It could be even more so of a likelihood that you'd see that 100x possibility. ANKR USD on Coinbase, sure. I like what you're doing with the 123 moving average, looking good. Daily RSI looking fine, in my opinion. Yes, you are. I like the price, I really do. Sitting at about 4.55 cents. Yes, the 4 hour looks good too. The weekly, oh yeah, bro, you look great. You look really good. This one is at the request of Victor Diaz. Victor, we're doing this one for you, my friend. Let's see. Yeah, moved up, consolidating. It's a weird pattern. It almost looks like a wedge or like a. It kind of does actually look like a wedge. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. It's not a wedge because it's got this weird little like thing in the middle of it, and it didn't. Is it a? I don't know what to call it, but it looks like you're potentially breaking out of it right now, right? Like you've got this down. Well, that was a weird line. Let's see. Yeah, it kind of looks like you're breaking out of it right now. Might be back testing it for support. You could see, I like where you're at in the RSI. This is another one that I'm going to chalk on to the idea that in less than a month's time, you're going to see a nice move up. In the more immediate terms, you're at 4.5 cents right now. Look for a move up to about 5.4 cents. You're going to flip those numbers around, and then inevitably, yes, you're probably going to move higher. You're probably going to move higher than this. If I could just draw these anchor points properly. Come on now. Why? It's like I should just aim for the one next to it and not the one I'm going for, because it always goes to the one like right next to it. Yeah, look at that. You're finding support on this previous horizontal line that nobody cares about, and then really what you're doing is you're looking like you're going to find support on the 382. Maybe in the immediate term you're going to about 4.47 cents. You're at 4.53 cents now, so it's not that far away. And then inevitably, yeah, you're working your way up. Your next target area is going to be 5.3 to 5.5 cents, and once you've had your way with this high, you're going up to 8.3 to 10.3 cents and potentially beyond. Yeah. I want to look at the weekly real quick, because you look fine. You look really good. Actually, I'm going to leave that on there. And we're going to put this on there. We're going to put the big boy on there. High to low. 6.9 area, 6.18 area, the golden retracement zone of this overall move, the macro high to low cycle highs and lows. Your golden retracement area does have the 1272 and the 1414, very common extensions to hit off of your local move. So I feel very confident in saying 8.3 cents to 9.3 cents is your next move, right? And you're going to start breaking out. You might already be breaking out right now, but that move's going to take time over the next month to 2 months to get there. It could be in less time that you get there, but yeah, you're definitely moving up relatively soon. You're going to be moving up relatively soon. I want to be clear too, because I've been saying this for a lot of coins today that in the coming weeks, in the coming months, you'll be moving up, and then I give the targets. I try to give the more like immediate targets, but whenever I give those like higher targets, I don't mean those are going to be achieved in like a week or less than a month. You'll be moving up toward those targets. You'll start to see that movement. The move itself will be beginning. It might even be beginning now, but you'll really start to see it come into fruition over the coming weeks is what I'm saying. As far as when will it end, that could be months away. When I say it's going to take less than a month for this move to start, even happen, I don't know how I phrased it. I just mean that it's going to take less than a month for us to see things moving, things to start kicking in gear. That doesn't mean that wherever the targets are that I'm talking about them moving there in less than a month, unless I've said that specifically. I hope that makes sense. I feel like I could barely keep track of that myself, so if I'm barely making sense to myself, I do worry about you guys. But every time I say that, a lot of you guys say that I make sense. I mean, I don't know. I've never had anybody say that. Okay, to be fair, I have had a couple people say I don't make sense, to be completely fair. But they might just be hating. Who knows? High to low. Shiba, we're talking about this one for you. For Mike, my man, we're talking about this for you. Finding support on previous areas of resistance. You know, if this wasn't a Dogecoin meme, it is a Dogecoin meme, you guys. Shiba is a Dogecoin meme. That's why it's called Shiba Inu, because Dogecoin is a Shiba. That's the mascot, is the Shiba Inu. Shiba is like the first meme of a meme coin, right? Or maybe Baby Doge or Floki was. I don't know. Shiba is like the first like significant meme of a meme, I should say. But Floki's making a comeback, man. So is Dogelon. What I'm trying to say, talking about the relative topic here, it looks good. If it wasn't for the fact that I'm bearish on Doge, I would probably be more bullish on this. And it's not that I'm bearish on Doge. I'm very bullish on Doge. I'm not bullish on it yet. I don't think it's time for it to do Doge things yet. That's going to come later this year. And we're getting closer, man. It's almost June. We don't, like, it's 4 months or 6 months away, roughly, for Doge to start moving up, like doing crazy things. I would assume that you come back down a little bit. So you're at 40256 right now. I would assume that you go probably around this 0.5 area, around 4016, 40166, something like that, 165, yeah, somewhere around there. I think that's what's happening for SHIB. I think it's going to take time, and it's just moving its way down. The daily RSI looks nice. The price action, the only reason I'm saying that's really is because of Doge, but looking at the chart itself, I'm going to be honest, looking at the chart just for what it is. If I didn't know this was Shiba, and I was just looking at a random chart, I would say you look really good, and you actually do look like you want to move up higher. It almost looks like it does look like a bull flag, and that was a horribly drawn line, right? If you get your breakout move, you would essentially repeat this move here. That's the rules of the measure move here. Come on now. And that would essentially take you all the way up to your all-time highs. So, I mean, potentially Shiba, in a very short amount of time, I mean, by the end of Q3, you would be at your all-time highs again with this look. And the daily, the way the daily looks, it does look like you want to move higher right now. It really does. So, but will you break through, or will you find resistance in this area, or in this area right here, right, that you've found resistance on a closing basis? Will you find resistance and then you go down to the areas I'm talking about? I don't know. Again, the main reason I'm not like exceedingly bullish on this, even though it is a bullish looking chart, is because of Dogecoin. I feel like Shiba and Doge run together. Shiba on this run, I think, did better than Dogecoin did, but they both stopped like moving up around the same time, right? They've both been kind of consolidating. Let's see, since March 4th, 2024. I might be wrong on this. Let's see if I eat my words on this. March 4th, 2024. March 4th, that was the extent of the move. And yes, you did move higher, but like you can see, you lost your momentum on March 4th. So that's actually pretty accurate. So anyways, Shiba, the chart looks good, but I'm gonna say for now, you look like you're moving up. For now, I'm not optimistic that you're going to see the all-time highs, but that, to be fair, that is what the TA would suggest if you can break 40323. You'd have to break that zone. If you can break 40323, especially on the first pass, I'll be more convinced. But honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if you went all the way to your 886 and then you rejected. Or maybe you hit that exact zone and then you rejected. I do think you're moving up from here, but I don't have high hopes for the sustainability of the move. But prove me wrong. You've proved me wrong before, Shiba, so do it again. Spent a little bit of time on that one. Bonk for Mohamed El Mensi. Again, we got you, bro. There were other people that requested Bonk as well, but Mohamed was the first to request it. So looking at it here, is this the best chart to use? Does it have more data? Man, I remember everybody was talking about Bonk whenever it was at its when it was at its all-time highs. Everyone was talking about it. Yeah, this might be, because a year ago, yeah, no, we've got more history than that. Yeah, this was when everybody was talking. Oh my goodness, wait, are we still, is this right? This is. I mean, we're still near the all-time highs. Is this right? It's just weird. It just looks weird. But yeah, I'm going to use this chart just because it has more historical data. Looking good, Bonk. You're looking really good, man. Yeah. Oh yeah, you're looking really good. Kind of reminds me of XCN, just a little bit more sharp along the edges instead of rounded like XCN is. But hey, yeah, buddy, you're probably moving up. You're at 4032 right now. You're probably going to move up to 40636. 40s. You might be moving up to 301, man. You might be taking out a zero here soon. Yeah, you're looking good. I like the weekly RSI. It looks great. The daily RSI looks great. 4 hour looks great, man. If you move down from here, which you could, you might move down because you have a little bit of bearish divergence right now in the temporary time frames. You might move back down to your 618 at 40288. You might, or 287, whatever, somewhere around there, and then find support there at a previous area of resistance and then move up. But you're working your way up, man. Looking good on Bonk. We're going to talk about Filecoin and Uniswap for Sake Tati. Filecoin. You know, Ben Armstrong, BitBoy, he really likes Filecoin. He tells people not to sleep on it, but I'm gonna do this quick little introduction. I'm gonna spend a little bit more time than I normally do for most coins. Right, here we go. Ready? Filecoin here. We do this. I do this most times I talk about Filecoin. This is just because I know a lot of you guys, you you hear about these coins not from me, right? You're coming to this channel with these requests. That's the point of these videos, are request videos, right? You're coming to me with these videos because you want to know what I think about the impending price, right? But you yourself have discovered these coins through other channels or your own research. You know, you've done it yourself where you've discovered these coins. And I feel like most people who hear about Filecoin, most people, I don't know why this bottle was talking so much right there. You guys hear it from bigger channels that have like 100,000 subscribers or more, you know, that they make it seem like this is going to be the next big thing. And I just feel like it's not hard to analyze the basic kind of ideas of the market cap potential, right? It's not hard to do that yourself, but a lot of people who are new into crypto, they hear these bigger accounts talk about it, people that have been in crypto for a while, and they just trust that blindly, and they don't know how to do this. And I'm not saying that about you, Sake Tauti. I'm sure you know how to do this, and if you don't, it's no big deal. Nobody knows how to do this until they do, right? But this is I'm going to stop talking, and I'm going to continue talking, but on to the main point here. Okay, so if we're looking at the price, this is the price chart. Okay, your high right here, you're essentially, I mean, if you look at this, you are essentially in this accumulation range. You haven't broken out or anything, right? You're running flat. Okay, that's what the price looks like. If you do the market cap though, this is the max log. You've already broken out. You're finding support on. Look at this. I mean, you set your low here in your market cap. You set your low in December 16th of 2022. And I guess that actually was the same thing here. But let's see. But then you had a higher high, didn't you? Yeah, you had a higher high here in February 2023, where here it was a lower high, right? How can you have a higher high in market cap but a lower high in price? That's because coins are entering the supply, right? Circulating supply is 555 million. Total supply is 1.96 billion. You guys, not even a third, about a quarter of the total supply, a little bit over a quarter of the total supply is in circulation now. More coins will be circulated. It's going to be harder for this thing to pump. I'll show you what I mean, right? Market cap matters whenever we're talking about potential growth. You're at let's call it 3.4 billion right now, just round it up, 3.4 billion. Your highest market cap that you've ever had, at least based on this chart. I wonder, can I put it? You used to be able to put it on candles. I don't know why I can't anymore. Is there a way? There's just not. I swear I can do it on my phone. I just don't know why I can't. Anyways, who cares? We're just going to approximate it here. 12.2 billion is what we're getting, okay? And that was on April 17th, 2021. 12.2 billion, April 17th, okay? Probably near your all-time high. April, so that would have been this week here. So that week there, that was where you had your all-time high in the market cap, relatively near your all-time high in price. Okay, 12.2 billion. You are at 3.4 billion now. Essentially, a 4x would put you over, a 4x in price, a 4x in the market cap right now would put you over your all-time high in market cap, because that's what this is, all-time high in market cap. 3.4 times 4, that would be, that'd actually be 13.6. So that would be a little bit more. But let's just do that for example. Like a 4x, which would be 300% in growth, is a 4x, would put you over your all-time high in market cap. What would a 4x do in price right now? Well, this is where it would put you. So for Filecoin to reach its previous all-time high in market cap, it would have to achieve a price that is almost 90% lower than its all-time high price, right? So you see the issue I have with this coin, right? It's not that I have an issue with it growing. I think it will grow. I definitely do. I just don't think it's going to see new all-time highs personally, right? That's at a $13 billion market cap there. If we're at 3.4 billion right now, you do a 10x, And I know, guys, this isn't what you wanted. You wanted the analysis. I know. I'm going to get to it, I promise. But a 10x would put you at a $34 billion market cap. That's a 10x right there. $34 billion. That's almost 3 times higher than what your market cap was here. And that's at a 10x in price from here. You go all the way up here, that's a 20-something x. I mean, dude, that's like $60-70 billion in market cap. I don't see, if you were to see new all-time highs, it's not going to be by much. It's really not going to be by much at all. Being that you're at $6, sure, you really could see from here, you could see a 20 to 30x. It's possible. But I would more likely believe that what you're going to see Filecoin, especially because you're not fully diluted yet, right? If you see more coins entering circulation, which I think you will, because just look at how bullish the market cap has been since the low here, where the price is still stagnant. I mean, it's moved up a little bit, but really, you look at the price for what it's worth, not really, right? Compared to the market cap, like this chart here looks a lot different than this chart here. I'm assuming there are new coins being put into circulation regularly. I don't know the schedule. I wonder if we can actually find the schedule. I should have just made a separate video for Filecoin, man. Can I get the tokenomics? Where are you? Where are you? No, you see, they make it hard for me to find. There we go, tokenomics. Storage, mining, allocation. Okay. So yeah, they're being mined. So there are coins regularly entering the circulation. So by the end of the market, there will be even more coins in the circulating supply, which means that it'll be even harder for prices to climb. Right now, that'd be a 60, 70, 80 billion dollar market cap, but who knows? In a year from now, whenever you're supposed to be near these highs, maybe it's over 100 billion, and then you'd have to be like lower. I don't know. All I'm trying to say, guys, is I think for the cycle for Filecoin, you're at $6.13. I really personally believe you're not going to break 150. I think that's what's going to happen. I don't think you're going to see new all-time highs. I'd be surprised if you did, but it can happen. Just because I'd be surprised doesn't mean anything. Who knows? Maybe this thing would be worth multiple hundreds of billions of dollars, and I'm highly underestimating it. But again, I don't see the point why all these big accounts are talking about it like it's got a lot of potential. I mean, maybe it does. Maybe I don't know, man. Maybe there's some insider information that I'm not aware of. It has been around for a little while. It's been around since 2018. I suppose it could see a multi-$100 billion market cap, but I'm not impressed personally. There's a lot of volume coming in here. That's definitely nice, but will it see new all-time highs? I don't know. Let's look at the daily. Let's do the relative analysis nonetheless. Hidden bullish or hidden bearish divergence. I'm sorry. You're probably going to move down from here. You probably will. Yes, you're at $6.13. You probably move down to about $5.60. And inevitably, yes, I think you're going to break up. You're in this kind of pennant pattern right now. You probably do, you can see it here. That's not a straight line. Right there. You're in this little formation. You're at the top. You probably come down, whatever, and then you break. Oftentimes, you actually break before you ever get to like the nose here, the apex. So probably sometime at the end of this month, if not in the beginning of June, you'll break out. And I do think you'll break out to the upside. But for now, you're at $6.13. Look for a move down to around $5.40, $5.60, somewhere around there. From the relative high to the relative low, when you break out, you could expect to see a move to around $8.70 to $9.30. In other words, in the coming week to weeks, actually, I would say in the coming days to maybe like I would say the coming days. In the coming days, you're going to move down to about $5.40 to $5.60. In the coming weeks to maybe a month's time, you'll be moving up to $8.73 to $9.31. So that's decent gains in about a month's time, right? Like that, or maybe even 2 months' time. That's decent gains to be made. But overall, I'm skeptical. And I will say, to be completely fair, it has been around for a while. I do often tip my hat. I give it the vote of approval for coins that have been around since 2017 or earlier, that have been around for multiple cycles. I give the acknowledgement that they could see a multi-$100 billion market cap. Not every coin that's been around since 2017 or earlier will see a multi-$100 billion market cap this cycle, but they're more deserving of it, in my opinion, than coins that just came out last cycle or this cycle, right? So anyways, that's my thoughts on Filecoin. Enough of that. I think you're moving down, but inevitably you're going to break out and move up to like 8 to 9.50, something like that. Filecoin. Let's talk about Uniswap and finish this bad boy up. So Looking at Uni here, high to low. No. There we go. 618 hit, 236 hit. You're moving up. You're above your 382. I like it. The weekly RSI looks nice. Higher lows, lower lows. Looks beautiful. Nice kind of, come on now, buddy. Uptrend, looking good. Yeah, you're at the bottom of this like uptrend, so you're moving up, man. I think your next move is going to take you above this high here at, what is that, 17 at $17. You're probably going to move all the way up to $25 to $33. That's your next stop. So will it happen fast? I mean, maybe. Will it take months to achieve? Maybe. I don't know, but you're moving up. You are at 946 right now. Perhaps you move down first in the more immediate terms. Perhaps you move down to about $9. You drop like 40 cents or so, but that's not too big of a deal. Maybe like 50 cents, I should say. You move down a little bit, and then you move up again. 4 hour looks great, daily looks great, but again, it wouldn't be crazy to just pull back a little bit from here or consolidate a little bit around above the 382. Oftentimes, whenever you interact with the 382 this way, but this is your second interaction, so it might not. The second interaction has a little bit different rules. You really could just like blast through it, but it's not crazy to consolidate around here and then move up to here. But I do expect with this second interaction on the 618 that you would move higher. The next likely target zone would be between the 786 and the 886, which again, that's between about 33.40 to 26 bucks. Let's say 33.40 to 26 bucks. So that's it, you guys. That's all I got to say. If you like the video, hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more. If there was a winner, if there was, I might give it to Memphis Tigers, honestly, with XCN. And no, it's not just because I hold it. I really think there's a lot, man. COVAL, Astro, PulseX. I forget if Jones was one of them, but there were a lot in that first like handful of coins I talked about that look like they want to move up soon. So it really could be any of them, but I'm going to give it to Memphis Tigers with XCN. So that's that. Congratulations. You got a win tonight. And if you guys could hit that like button and subscribe, that's always appreciated. Thank you all for coming. Thank you very, very much. I hope you have a good evening. You take care of yourselves, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.